Rolfe. Rolfe has been creating angry video game nerd videos for nearly 20 years, something I wish I could say about myself.
Yeah, well, wait till I draw your suicide note in your own blood, you bunny fucking bitch. I'm coming over, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill your whole motherfucking family.
He is truly one of the most influential internet creators. Now take note of his hair throughout the years, and let me remind you of the story of Samson in the Bible, who lost all of his strength after he lost all of his hair. I'm calling this the Rolfe effect.
Do these people not want me to have any help? Do they want me to suffer and do everything myself? They probably just haven't logically thought it through. Screenwave helps me make the videos. The first episode had a problem with the script. One of our writers had somehow added a portion that was taken from a pre-existing article.
Rolfe has made some of my favorite YouTube videos, from just the coziness of the early reviews, Monster Madness, Board James is so well thought out, and I love Bootsy, uh-oh, no more Bootsy. I love the new AVGN episodes that play with the format and become huge mindfucks, and by new AVGN, I mean 7 years ago. Around this time, he was making the AVGN movie, a movie I couldn't fucking find anywhere except for the Internet Archive. In the remake of its video game tie-in, they removed all the characters from the AVGN movie and Nostalgia Critic for no fucking reason. The movie was critically panned by both normal people who didn't know who this character was and why he was just named Nerd, and actual nerd fans who didn't know who this character was and why he was just named Cooper.
You want to jack off to this guy because he plays games? Perhaps you'll enjoy it.
The first scene of this movie is Rolfe and Cooper clearly not in the same room, and it just keeps going like this for I'm not even sure they were even on set at the same time. The main problem was a complete lack of actual nerd things. It's almost like a completely separate character, like he works at GameStop or something, and Black Nerd is there and Rolfe screams, and then he gets kidnapped by the fucking government.
I see now that your greatest weakness is not the hate you have for that game, but the love you have for your fans.
Do these people not want me to have any help?
Rolfe described it himself as a giant stirring pot of stuff he liked as a kid, and it comes off as exactly that.
You have like 20 guys, you understand? I'm not the kind of guy that, you know, there's lots of guys who jack off for some reason to zombies. People are really turned on by zombies.
The only recognizable people in the entire movie other than the nerd are green screen Kyle Justin and Mike Matei that are really distracting and clearly not there. Oh yeah, also in Black Nerd, I recognize him. The movie was a big opportunity for Rolfe, and using the nerd as leverage was probably the only way he'd make a real movie, but after it, the door of opportunity seems closed, and now the AVGN movie is only a bucket list item that just happened so he can say he did it.
Did you play it? What, are you kidding me? Just looking at it makes me feel like having an anal evacuation. I'd rather...
This is the script to the Angry Video Game Nerd movie.
8 out of 10. I actually really like this movie.
You see the size of those melons? Take a note, McButter. What the fuck?
Now we're in modern times, so whenever Rolfe switched from working with Screw Attack to Screenwave Media, that included some new on-screen talent. Not Gerard Completionist, the guy who quit, and they forced him to wear a goblin outfit even though he was an editor. And this guy who made this.
Which are also games that are racist. Today I'm playing one of the most racist video games of all time.
A lot of people don't like these guys' contributions, and that started r/Cinemassacre Truth, the funniest subreddit ever made, right next to r/Nooks Taku submissions. All they do is get mad that their favorite 40-year-old doesn't have enough time to do anything because he's old as fuck.
Playtime is over.
Oh dear. But that damn onion would not stay in my mouth.
I think people should be fair to Rolfe, especially because he has baby Rolfes now. I do not doubt he's busy. But it's also fair to me to point out that things feel slightly more soulless. Here's my best example, Pepsi Man.
He broke me. He destroyed me. He ruined me.
Yeah, I understand. He turned my beer into Pepsi.
This episode has the most nothing review segment. I can't even remember what he says. Then Pepsi Man is annoying Rolfe throughout the entire review until the guy from the actual Pepsi Man shows up. And this is really cool and exciting, and Rolfe is acting like he's talking to fucking Kieran. That's the face you give to Kieran. This right here is revolutionary. You see, he already parodied this scene in an old video. Let's look at that. Holy shit, look at the lighting. Look at the angle. Now go back to the new one.
What am I gonna do?
What is this Angry Joe green screen bullshit? If too many episodes didn't do anything interesting, they would release a new one that was still not interesting but on a green screen. And I have to keep talking because there's so many examples, oh my god. One joke would stand out instead of the entire episode. Rolfe knew how to get some nice views and angles, but now every episode is a static shot.
That means everything has to move. The microphone, I have to take this wire down, and then the lights. You can imagine how much of a pain these are. But when I'm short on time and trying to be as quick, as convenient, and efficient as possible, I just stick to the couch shot.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Now let's talk about the lights. What is this? Some kind of anti-gravity experiment?
There would be some points where I literally just wouldn't watch. Not like it's the worst thing ever, but I viewed AVG and like on the same level as Walker. And you don't want to be like Walker. Actually, both are pretty good. They get too much hate, but this is definitely a reason people prefer the old days. In 2008, Rolfe made fun of the prospect of still reviewing games in the future using the Wii as an example. In 2022, Rolfe reviewed Purr Pals for the Wii. Rolfe lost his fucking mind and he started making weird music nobody liked for a band that had like the second guitar player as the mascot because it was the robot guy from the end of To Boldly Flee. He separated episode 200 into 3 shitty compilation episodes so he could advertise Soylent in 3 separate advertisements.
Soylent, the world's most perfect food, has figured it out.
He did an Indiana Jones review where he was playing himself from the 2000s again. After this, Screenwave seemed to back off, and that's leading to less nerd episodes, which is how it should be. Rolfe is left to be Rolfe in harmony. The episodes are genuinely really good again. There's more stupid fights with Mike Matei. I love it. Throughout this era, I slowly stopped caring about the corporate side of Cinemassacre and instead Rolfe's rare passion project. One of my favorite things he did was a sequel to a movie he made back in 1999, and it actually had some really cool stuff. Like, I didn't see the nerd here. I saw, well, I saw Rolfe, but the point is, this wasn't the nerd. Rolfe never changed all that much, and I think he's finally giving it his A game again. I can't wait until we get the Angry Video Game Nerd movie 2. Hopefully all the lighting for the movie isn't screwed to the fucking ceiling.
Coffee man takes a coffee, dump in a coffee can, play some coffee games in a coffee can, gonna shit out the coffee can. Look out, here comes a coffee can. Look out, here comes some anal coffee. Poopy juice, this is coffee source. Takes a piss like a coffee horse, climbs a coffee can, then he falls. This game sucks his coffee balls. Oh no, he's gay. When he sucks balls, he feels so ashamed. He shoots coffee from his clit.